Well, I remember when I think I got picked up from school and like I first heard the news, and I didn't really understand, what I didn't know what cancer was exactly, and
How old
I
were you,
didn't
like
know
6 or 7 or 8?
probably yeah, so I was probably 6.
Okay.
I think I'm not sure exactly, but young, and I know I was young. I was so young, I didn't really understand what was going on. I didn't take it that seriously because I didn't know what it was. And but then as she as she got worse and worse, and I remember Matt and I, we would take turns going with my dad to like see her, like when she was up at Duke at one point where she was really bad, and just seeing her through chemo and all that stuff was really weird, at that age. And still those scenes are in my mind, and like the first scene I naturally have like of my mother is the day she died, because we were all in the room with her like the moment she died, and that was just such a emotional time, man, because it was the first time I'd ever seen my dad cry, like for one. And it was, and now I have that vision in my mind, so strongly. But in the long run, like I think totally, if that wouldn't have happened, like I think that we might not even have went where we've been in wrestling. We might not even became professional wrestlers. I totally think that she's been with us, like just as much as she would. Not in the same sense, but like she is. I'm so close to her, like spiritually.
Yeah.
Now, and I think she's been such an impact on my whole overall outlook on life and my overall joy in life.
Are you religious? Are you spiritual? Or how do you do you communicate with your mother? Do you
like
do you feel you do?
There were times like before any match, I still like I'll say a little prayer, and I always ask her to continue to be with me, and I always thank her for giving me the power to do what I do.
Yeah.
Because in my eyes, she is my God. Basically because she's the closest person to me to ever pass on, and witnessing that as a young age, it really like. It's not the same for a kid that's grown up with their mom and dad and they're still around, because unless you've had that happen to you, you don't know what it's like exactly, and it's just really like strange. But I think that she's totally been the reason we've been so successful in what we've done. Probably could have, I would say it probably could have had a big impact on that, and I just a lot of times I wonder how I've got through some of the things I've done, and not been injured. I really do, and it's just like I've kind of took that. Role of being, living on the edge and all that wild stuff. But really, I get scared just like anybody else. I still get nervous before I go into the ring. It's not like I feel a lot of people think I am like really nutty and like I don't care like if I die, tomorrow or whatever. But it's not the case at all.
You're not reckless and just don't even think about it. You don't think twice about it. You do think twice about it.
I think quadruple. I think a lot, about everything I do. And I'm also a big believer in times that you hesitate, or times that you get hurt in certain situations, like especially jumping off a ladder or anything like that. I try not to hesitate just because it seems like when you do, it's the little things that kill sometimes, as far as I'll twist my ankle, walking out of here, if I'm thinking about it too hard or something.
Yeah. When you were growing up, were you always trying new things and saying, hey, I want to jump off this cliff, or I want to climb this tree, or I want to build this and turn it into a contraption? Were you always very athletic and daring and taking chances?
Oh yeah, I was always
adrenaline junkie.
Yeah, I was always in. And then when it took my dad a while to buy me a dirt bike, but I'd always been obsessed with dirt bikes, and we never really had the money to afford one. But one day he broke down and he got me one, man, and that really just, man, it was I loved from from way back, as far as wanting to be on a motorcycle, and then to realize the talent, that I was decent at it, and going to races, because I would race, throughout, and still be wrestling, to where that's a hard thing to kind of balance, because it's always a good chance you're going to get hurt doing motocross as well. But then my dad kind of got into it, and going to races, it was a pretty strong bond, because he enjoyed it, just like any other sport or something you would take part in school. And but then again, it's just it's one of those sports that's pretty risky, and it's creepy, for a parent. I can only imagine what it'd be like to have a son out there on a dirt bike, doing some of the things I've done or attempted.
Talk about the volcano in the backyard. How did that idea come about, and what was it like to be part of pulling that off?
Well,
let me tell the story to people who don't know what I'm talking about. You literally built a volcano in your backyard with flames and fire.
Yeah, I built just some big mound of dirt, and I dug a hole out of the top. I just thought it'd be cool looking as far as for the landscape. Man. Yeah. It's I was like, man, that'd be cool. I wanted to have more than one, at first, and it looked really cool. And there's some pictures we took even when we did the jump, WWE deal, and that was super cool to do a little stunt jump for a camera or whatever. And it's just a cool look. I'm always into original things, as far as what your yard looks like or what somebody hasn't done. I'm always about doing something somebody hadn't done. And nobody that I knew had ever had a little looking like a volcano with stuff shooting out of the top of it.